Hello everyone, John Braun with Hitman Advertising here. We're going to talk about probably one of the most important things you can do with your online marketing, and that is remarketing and retargeting. Facebook calls it retargeting, and that's what we're going to talk about. If you're going to do any online marketing and getting people to go to your website at all, I highly suggest that you do this. I have clients that have started to do remarketing and retargeting, and it really turned around how they do their online marketing, and in some cases made it go from not profitable to profitable, or somewhat profitable to really profitable. So here we go. First, let me show you what a remarketing, retargeting ad is on Facebook. This is my Facebook feed, and for instance, this is an ad that actually comes up in your Facebook feed. And sometimes these ads will show up after you go to a particular website. You will start to see ads. Let me even refresh this again to see if I can get a fresh view. And here we go. This is a prime example right here. I've been going and looking for skiing tickets and booking rooms for skiing, and this is a Facebook remarketing ad that is following me. And it is saying basically go back here and book this. It's reminding me again of this. Now, coincidentally, I did actually book something, but it's still there and it's telling me to book. So you can do this with your cleaning company. Somebody goes to your website, you can follow them around saying, don't forget to book your cleaning appointment, click here. And there are sophisticated ways that you can set that up to where if they actually went to a particular page, that they won't see that ad, or that they'll see a different ad. We're not going to talk about that right now because it's a lot more advanced, but we're going to talk about in general how to get something like this to show up. And what happens is somebody goes to your website and they get a particular bit of code put into it's a cookie basically that you have put on your website that cookies that person, and therefore Facebook knows that they were actually there on your website. I don't know that if that's an actual remarketing, but sometimes they'll actually show up here for different websites that you've seen in your Facebook feed. You'll see ads there. Traffic and funnels, that might have been something that I've actually been researching or looking at. So this might be a remarketing ad too. Now, the thing is, you can't really tell for sure if it was remarketing or what it is, but in a nutshell, I can almost tell for sure that this is remarketing because I know that I've been to skiing sites. I don't remember for sure. I know that I have been to these guys' sites before too, periodically. So that could be a remarketing ad as well. But your cleaning ads can show up here just like this does for skiing, for whatever, just like you can actually follow your clients just like this is doing. So it's really, really neat. And the thing is, people that go to your website may or may not always book right away. So it's a good idea to remarket back to them and stay in front of them and get that repetition. Studies say that it can be 5, 6, 7, 8 times of somebody seeing who you are and your offer before they respond. And that's not always the case, and we like to do direct marketing and make it a little bit more profitable, a lot more profitable, but nonetheless, always in advertising and marketing, going back and remarketing to your client is very, very beneficial. So, and again, Expedia uses it. All different kinds of, these skiing resorts use it. All different kinds of companies use it, and cleaning companies use it too. In fact, if you've been to Hitman Advertising, my website, you've probably been followed around by me, by the remarketing on either on Facebook and or on Google AdWords that I've done for you. So you've kind of seen that results as well. Well, you can do that in your cleaning company. So how do you do that? Well, what you need to do is you need to go to your ads manager in Facebook, and then you need to click on Ads Manager up here. They've changed this a little bit, so if you haven't been to Facebook in a while, to your ads area, you're going to be a little bit in for somewhat of a surprise, but you want to click on Ads Manager and then go to either All Tools if this part doesn't show up, or if it is already showing up, go over here and click on Audiences. Then you're going to be looking at, if you've never created an audience, you're not going to see anything, but what you want to do is you want to create an audience and create a custom audience, and one for website traffic. Okay, and then you want to call this, you want to go ahead and call, well, it's already going to have something in there that it's going to call it. You click create. Now you can only create 1 pixel per account. If you want more than 1 pixel, which for some really advanced reasons you might, if you want to have it to where well, we won't really even go into that, but there are different things that you can do if you create more than 1 pixel, but you have to have a special account for that. That's free, but you have to go through the deal of creating that. So we're going to create the 1 pixel here, and then now we've got the pixel created, and we're going to install the pixel. Usually if it's going to be on your website, you're going to manually install it yourself, or you're going to email this to a developer. By the way, if you don't have a developer and you do have to do it via HTML for a fee, I can actually hook that up for you. Just shoot me an email or Facebook message and let me know specifically what you're wanting to have done. If you have WordPress, though, there's some easy fixes that I'll show you in just a little bit that you can do for that. So pick either manually install the code or email the instructions to a developer. If you don't want to mess with it, you can email it to your developer, your webmaster. Again, if you don't have somebody that you know, like, and trust, you can definitely email me and I can see about helping you. But we're going to click on manually install the code, and you're going to be looking at a code here. Now it's going to tell you, this is where it gets a little bit complicated, and this is for the HTML end, okay? And again, if you have WordPress, you don't necessarily have to know this part of it, but understand that it can get complicated if you have to hard code it, right? So you don't really necessarily want to look at this part, but this is the code. This is the actual, we're going to click that to copy to the clipboard. This is the actual Facebook pixel code. And here you can actually test it after you actually plug it in. So we're going to go, I'm going to show you an example of where I've actually got this code already installed. This is a WordPress site that we have, and this is something already installed in the theme. Some of the times under My Theme or somewhere over here under Settings, you'll actually have something where you can install JavaScript in the head tag. Now if you notice here, we won't get too complicated with all the techno stuff, but here it says to install it within the header tags basically of the code. So that's where this is actually going to be. And again, if you have a builder theme, a lot of the sites that I build are builder theme, it's simply going to be under My Theme and then Settings, and then right down here you're going to find where you put it inserted into the head tag, and you just copy that code right here. Now the other options are going to be, maybe you don't have something in your WordPress theme. First look and see if you do. It's either going to be under My Theme or some other type of a settings. Different themes are going to have it different, so I couldn't tell you for sure. It could be under Appearance, could be under My Theme, but look around for that, or ask your web developer if they developed your WordPress site for you where that would be to install code for remarketing or retargeting in your head tag. But if you don't have any of that and you do have a WordPress site, you can actually install a plugin called Google Tag Manager for WordPress that will help you be able to install that tag basically there. You can also install Tracking Code Manager, another plugin. So one of the two, try those, and then you can actually have a spot inside of that plugin where you can click this pixel code and upload it through there. Now what you want to do after you do that, just like it mentions here, you want to put in the website and actually test it. And then it'll tell you if it's actually installed correctly or not. Another way that you can actually test, because sometimes, see, I deal with a lot of different websites, and quite honestly, I don't remember what code's installed where, and it's sometimes hard to find it. So what you can do is you can get a Google Chrome plugin called Facebook Pixel Helper. And basically you install it into your Google Chrome browser, and then when you do that, you can click here and open this up, and it'll tell you the name of the pixel ID of the website that you're on. So that way you know which website's associated with which pixel and what you really have going on. And again, that's something to just kind of know so that you can go through here, see this pixel number here. I would go back here to check, and then what you probably want to do is come back and create another custom audience to make sure, go to web traffic just like we did before. All website visitors within 60 days. Name this website visitors and create the audience. Similar to kind of what we did before. Creating an ad is, you definitely want to go in and create an ad after you get done with this. We're not going to do this right now, but basically you have to create an ad for it to run. Right now all we're doing is creating an audience and creating the people and gathering them, and it's going to take a little while for these people to get gathered before you actually can go and create an ad to show them, because right now, unless you have 2 people that just visited your site in the last couple minutes, you're not going to have anybody to advertise that ad to. So right now it's populating, but what you can do is go in and check out what you just created, and we see here the pixel name and the pixel ID, and this is what we're going to want to go and check by going to this Google Chrome extension to check the pixel here. Now it's going to be different because that's not the same one actually installed. That's how you can actually go through and check that pixel ID with that. And this, at this point now, this is just gathering and this is just collecting. So what you can do is you can go ahead and set up your ad by going and creating an ad. Okay, so I'm going to create the ad and click on traffic if we want to get them to go back to the website, and website remarketing, and then I'm going to click continue. I can call that whatever I want to call it. Now the thing is, once your audience has been set up, and this is ours is still populating, but basically we can, the website retargeting audience that we just created a minute ago will show up here after it's done populating and after we have enough people selected. So we'll choose that, and then we'll create the rest of our ad just like normal. Choose our budget, choose everything else, click continue, and then that will be set up. But keep in mind it's going to take, I don't remember if you can actually set up the ad after half an hour or so, or if you have to have 50 or 100 people actually set up. But I know the ad won't start running until you have 50 or 100 people actually set up in your ad. And that's really it. And again, watch this video a few times if you need to, step by step, to figure this out. It's not rocket science. The hardest part about it really is making sure that your tracking code is set up on your website. And again, use the plugin if you need to, or contact your webmaster, or contact me if you need help getting that plugged in. But this is one of the most important things to do in your online marketing. So again, if you're going to bother to do any type of online marketing, I highly suggest that you do really either one or both, Facebook retargeting and Google remarketing. It will be some of the biggest bang for your buck that you can get out of your online marketing. So this was John Braun with Hitman Advertising. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Let me know if you need any help and how I can help you. Thanks.